2022 will be a big year for Carmel-based Lumavate. Business is growing, and the startup recently closed on a $6 million funding round. Lumavate simplifies the app building process for businesses so they can create their own apps rather than the standard model of outsourcing it. One of the startup's biggest clients is the healthcare industry. Lumavate is also led by a female chief executive officer, which is unusual. Only 15% of CEOs in the nation's tech industry are women. Lumavate CEO Stephanie Cox joins me now to talk more about women in tech and the startup's recent success. Congratulations on the funding, first of all.
Thank you so much, Kylie.
So let's start with what Lumavate does. You say you make everyone an app builder, no need to know code, and of course we're talking about HTML coding, which makes most people's eyes cross.
You're not wrong.
Right.
So really what we do is provide you all the Legos. So think of them as different shapes and sizes that you can put together to build your own app without needing any development resources at all. And they can be used for a wide range of use cases, everything from internal communications to wayfinding to a content app that helps you find the right sunscreen.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so the healthcare industry is one of your biggest client segments. That includes some big names in the Hoosier state. So give us a quick look at your healthcare clients and how they're using it.
Yeah, we work with our healthcare industry customers in a really big way. So IU Health, Roche, Becton Dixon is another great example of healthcare customers that we work with. IU Health, I'd love to talk about them for a second because they're using our platform in a variety of ways. So if you've been to Riley recently and you've tried to navigate, you probably use an app called Navigate Riley that helps you find your location from the Simon parking garage, floor 3 to X-ray. You also might see their digital patient experience app, which was built on Lumavate. And we also do patient tracker with them, which allows you to know where your loved one is in surgery. So if you can't go due to COVID, you can actually stay up to date from home, get text messages or email alerts to let you know when they've progressed in their surgery process.
Okay, very good. I know Roche is another big name you have. So we talked in the introduction about being a female CEO in the tech industry. We talked about in Indiana and Indianapolis, you're one of only a handful of female CEOs. And then broadly in the US, only 15% of CEOs in tech are women. Only 28% of the tech workforce are comprised of women. So you've said you think one of the biggest hurdles for women in tech is believing that they can be a leader in tech. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when you think about what your career looks like as you go through college and you go early on in your career, I didn't see a lot of women CEOs. So that wasn't something that I said, oh, this is what's next for me. I always thought what was my ultimate kind of goal was to be a CMO because I did see a few of those. And it really wasn't until about 7 years ago that someone told me that I could be a CEO and I'd be good at it, that made me start actually thinking about that as an option. So I think part of the challenge today is that women don't know that they could lead companies, that they could found companies, they could become a CEO or the path to get there. And so part of, I believe my job and all other women in tech and any industry really is to help others understand that this is a path for them and help mentor them to get to that path.
And you mentioned off camera that part of that is thinking outside the box when you're hiring for the tech industry and not just hiring a certain type that you're used to hiring. So talk a little bit about that.
One of the biggest challenges right now is hiring, and I think it's for every company, including tech. And the problem that we face is we often go after the same profile of candidate, right? So oftentimes you might say, SDRs, let's hire someone who went to college and was a college athlete. Well, that's great, but everyone else is going after them. What people don't realize is there is a lot of talent out there, whether it's former school teachers or car salesmen who have the same skill set needed to be successful in a role like an SDR, but aren't often considered. So part of, I think, our challenge as leaders is to start saying, what are the personality traits that make a great candidate that I'm trying to hire, and worry a little bit less about what does their background look like, because I can teach you how to do the role. I can't teach you to, be humble or have grit or hustle or be, just really great to work with. And I think that is the shift that needs to happen.
All right, well, Stephanie, I think you got the hustle. I know Lumavate's doing great things. Thanks for being on the show today.
My pleasure.